Okay, so when you hear the word Liverpool, what comes to mind? For most people, it's football, right? Or maybe the Beatles. It's a city with this incredible global vibe, but what you might not know is that it's also home to an absolute powerhouse of a university. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how you can get your PhD there. Let's get into it. I mean, you know the song, it gives you chills, right? You'll never walk alone. Well, at the University of Liverpool, that's not just for the football pitch. It's a promise they make to their researchers. This is about making sure you have a community, a real support system, from day one. It's way more than just a degree. It's about being part of something. All right, so here's what we've got lined up. We'll start with why Liverpool is such a big deal. Then we'll get practical with a simple three-step application plan. After that, we'll tackle the money stuff, cracking the funding code. We'll also figure out that home versus international student question. And finally, we'll give you a sneak peek into what your life there would actually be like. Let's go. Okay, first things first, beyond the pitch, why Liverpool? Let's talk about why it's a true academic powerhouse. So you'll see this thrown around a lot. Liverpool is a Russell Group university. What does that actually mean for you? Well, think of it as the Premier League of UK universities. It's a stamp of quality that says they are all about top-tier, cutting-edge research and incredible teaching. Basically, you're playing in the big leagues. And we're not just talking about being big in the UK. This is a global heavyweight. The University of Liverpool is ranked in the top 1% of universities in the entire world. That's huge. It means that PhD you earn, it's going to open doors for you absolutely everywhere. And get this, the university is linked to 9 Nobel Prize winners. 9! I mean, just think about that for a second. The people who walked these halls literally changed the world. This is a place with a serious legacy of discovery, and you get to be a part of that. Okay, so you're thinking, this sounds amazing, but how do I even start? Let's get into your 3-step application plan. We're going to make this super simple. Honestly, it really just comes down to 3 things. Number 1, find the professors you really want to work with, your potential supervisors. Number 2, get all your documents ready to go. And number 3, hit submit on that online application. That's it. It's a totally manageable process. All right, let's talk about the paperwork. You're going to need a few things. Obviously, your transcripts and degree certificates, a personal statement, and your CV. You'll also need contact info for 2 people who can be your referees. But listen, the real star of the show here is your research proposal. That's where you make your case. And of course, if you're an international applicant, you'll need your passport and English language certs ready too. Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about the big one, the question on everyone's mind. Money. How on earth do you fund a PhD? Let's crack the funding code. And yeah, this is why we need to talk about it. Take a look at these numbers for the 2025-26 year. If you're a UK student, you're looking at about £5,000 a year. But if you're an international student, that number jumps to almost £25,000. That is a massive difference, which is why figuring out your funding is absolutely crucial. But please don't let those figures freak you out, because there are a ton of ways to pay for this. There are funded studentships, which are amazing. The university itself offers scholarships and bursaries. For UK students, there are doctoral loans. And you can also look into things like part-time work on campus, or maybe even getting your boss to sponsor you. You have options. And check this out. This is a perfect example of how much the university is connected to the city. The John Lennon Memorial Scholarship. How cool is that? It offers up to £12,000 a year for UK students with strong ties to the Merseyside area. It just goes to show there are these really unique funding pots available if you know where to look. So you saw that massive fee difference, right? That brings us to a super important question. Are you a home or international student? Let's get into the fine print. This is the big question you've got to figure out, because the answer determines not just your fees, but also what kind of funding you can even apply for. So which one are you? So here's the official definition from UKRI, the main funding body. To be a home student, you basically need to be a UK national who's lived here for a certain time or have a specific immigration status like settled status, pre-settled status, or indefinite leave to remain. If you don't tick one of those boxes, then for fee purposes, you'll be considered an international student. Now, for a lot of people from the EU, it often boils down to one of these 2 things, settled or pre-settled status. For settled status, you generally need to have been living in the UK for 5 straight years. Pre-settled is for those who were here before the end of 2020. The most important thing to note is that either one of these could potentially qualify you for those lower home fees. You just have to check the specific residency rules. All right, let's imagine you've done it. The application is in, the funding is sorted. So, what's it really like to be a researcher there? Let's take a look. I love this quote from Alice, an English PhD student. She says, "A PhD is a marathon, not a sprint." And her supervisors are brilliant at keeping her on track while letting her explore. That's exactly what you want, right? That perfect balance of freedom and guidance. It's so important. And it's not just about the labs. Where you live matters too. They have dedicated housing just for postgrads, like Vine Court here. And what's really cool is that it's one of the most sustainable university residences in the whole country. So you get a great place to live that's also good for the planet. And of course, you're not just studying at the university, you're living in Liverpool. Rachel, a PhD student in law, nails it here. She says the city has this vibrancy you can't find anywhere else, and that the people are just warm and lovely. That's a huge part of the whole experience. And the facilities? They are seriously next level. This, for example, is the Materials Innovation Factory. It's a world-class, state-of-the-art building where they're doing mind-blowing science, even partnering with huge companies like Unilever. This is the kind of place where you'll be doing your work every day. So who ties all this amazing support together? That would be the Liverpool Doctoral College. You can think of it as your PhD headquarters. They're the ones who run workshops, help you find placements, and generally just make sure you're developing all the skills you need to land a great job after you graduate, whether that's in academia or somewhere else. So there you have it. From a legacy of Nobel Prizes to a future that could be shaped by your research, the University of Liverpool has everything you need to make it happen. The people, the place, the support, it's all there. So really, there's just one question left. Are you ready to get started?